Welcome, wrestling fans, to this WWE show review on Tim Reynolds Show, as I'm reviewing the premium live event Survivor Series War Games from Vancouver, British Columbia, where WWE history was made, as this was the largest arena and gate sellout for a WWE premium live event in Canada in WWE history. And guys, for this review, we're going to kick it off with the men's War Games match, where we would see the new Bloodline Team Solo Sikoa go versus the OG Bloodline and Team Roman Reigns, with CM Punk being a part of their team, and we would see Tapa Tonga and main event Jey Uso start off this match inside the steel cage that surrounds two rings, and we would have to wait to see all 10 men get inside the ring before War Games can begin. And at the very end, we would see some controversy from Team Roman Reigns, as CM Punk tried to be the third team member to go out to the ring, but Roman Reigns stops Punk and tells Sami Zayn to go out to help Jimmy and Jey Uso. But because of that miscommunication, as Roman looked like he was going to enter as the fourth member of his team, CM Punk would cut him off and go out to help out Team Roman. And as Roman Reigns would be the last member to come out of the shark cages and enter the War Games match, we would see Solo Sikoa up to his tricks as he locks the cage door, and that means Roman Reigns cannot get into the cage to help out his team. So he has to climb the cage wall and go over the top to get inside before War Games can begin. And when it does, we would see weapons scattered everywhere, including steel chairs and tables, and we would see Team Solo Sikoa dominate this matchup, as we see Solo deliver multiple Samoan spikes to Roman Reigns, and after laying out everybody, we would see these teams go face to face, looking up against each other, eye to eye, and Paul Heyman would come out and beg both CM Punk and Roman Reigns to work together and unite to take out Solo Sikoa, and that's what we would see. And the epic moments in this match would be Jimmy Uso jumping off of the top of the steel cage and delivering an Uso splash to Jacob Fatu through the table, taking out the Samoan werewolf. And then we would also see Big Bronson Reed try to hit a tsunami to Roman Reigns through the table, but it would be CM Punk that would save Roman Reigns, pulling Roman Reigns off of the table at the last moment as Reed goes through the table off of the top of the cage. And then we would see Team Roman Reigns surround Solo Sikoa, as it looks like this is the end for Solo, but Roman Reigns would show mercy, putting his hand out and offering Solo to come back to the family, but Solo would say, "I'm the only tribal chief," and then he would get hit with two super kicks at the same time from Jimmy and Jey Uso, and then the go to sleep from CM Punk and an Alula kick from Sami Zayn. And that would not be all, as Roman Reigns finished it off with a spear and pins Solo Sikoa, as Team Roman Reigns gets the victory at Survivor Series War Games. And now the original tribal chief is the only tribal chief, and we would see after the match, as Paul Heyman embraces all of Team Roman Reigns, he would embrace CM Punk the most, and Punk says he will be calling Paul Heyman about that favor and coming for that favor in a little while, and we'll have to wait to see what happens with that. And man, this is an awesome way to kick off this WWE show review on Tim Reynolds Show, as this was a huge main event for Survivor Series War Games, as Team Roman Reigns gets the victory in this one. What a huge match. And then guys, we go to our next matchup, which is the women's War Game match that kicked off Survivor Series War Games, where we would see Team Liv Morgan versus Team Rhea Ripley, and we would see the WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax kick it off for Team Liv, and the newest member of Team Rhea Ripley, Bayley, would kick it off for her team, as both of these women would go inside the steel cage that surrounds two rings, and we would have to wait to see all 10 women inside the steel cage before War Games can begin. And at the very end, it would be Women's World Champion Liv Morgan who would be the last competitor to come out of the shark cages, but it looks like she was running away, going backstage, but she would come back with a baseball bat, the same bat that she used to injure Rhea Ripley and try to take her out a few weeks ago on NXT. And as she enters, the cage would be locked and War Games would begin, and we would see weapons used in this match such as kendo sticks, trash cans, tables, steel chairs, and a toilet lid. That's right, folks, all these weapons came into play with these women beating the hell out of one another. But at the very end, we would see two epic moments in this match, as we would see Io Sky, the most veteran of the competitors here, this being one of her multiple War Games matches, would go to the top of the steel cage, where she would be joined by, on the other side of the steel cage, it would be Miss Money in the Bank, Tiffany Stratton, who goes up to the top of the steel cage, and both of these women would jump off of the top, delivering huge moves to the women competitors down below, as Tiffany Stratton hit a swanton, taking out the women down below in her side of the ring, and then we'd see Io Sky with the trash can over her head hit a moonsault, taking out the women competitors on the ring on her side. After these epic moves, all the women would be laid out in the middle of the ring, and then we would see Team Liv Morgan look like they have the upper hand until Team Rhea Ripley was able to fight back, as we see Bianca Belair and Naomi pull out all the stops against Nia Jackson, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae, but Raquel Rodriguez would be handcuffed to the ring rope after Io Sky would use a fire extinguisher to separate everybody, distracting them, and then we'd see Rhea Ripley finally get her hands on Liv Morgan as she would deliver a riptide from the top rope, putting Liv Morgan through the table and then pinning the Women's World Champion, as Team Rhea Ripley got the victory for Survivor Series War Games. What an epic matchup here between these two women teams, and the women's division's never been hotter, and this match proves it, man. Wow, what an epic match. Then next up here, guys, on Tim's WWE show review, we have LA Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the United States Championship. And Shinsuke has returned the last few weeks with his eyes set on LA Knight, and he has gotten into the head of the United States Champion, and those mind games would come into play in this match, as LA Knight just did not look like himself. And after we seen a nice back elbow from Shinsuke Nakamura and some miscues on the top rope, we would see Shinsuke deliver a Kinshasa to the back of the head of LA Knight, and we would have a new WWE United States Champion, as Shinsuke Nakamura would defeat LA Knight at Survivor Series War Games. And this is the first time in WWE history in Vancouver that a title has changed hands, as champions were previously undefeated in Vancouver in the WWE, but now we have a new United States Champion in Shinsuke Nakamura. Then next up, guys, we would have a triple threat match, as we would see Braun Breaker versus the Celtic Warrior Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser in a triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. And we would see Ludwig up to his old ratty tricks, going outside the ring, trying to avoid being in a brawl with Sheamus and Breaker, as they would get this thing started inside the ring, beating the hell out of each other. But Kaiser would use the triple threat rules to his advantage as he tries to bring weapons inside of the ring. But we'd see Big Braun Breaker deliver a huge jump off the side of the ring, taking out both Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser over the top of the commentator's table. But that would not be the only epic moves we'd seen in this match. At the very end, Kaiser, of course, would try to use the no disqualification rules and grab a shillelagh to beat the hell out of Sheamus, after we seen Sheamus about win this match, as he delivered a bro kick out of nowhere to Braun Breaker. And as the ref was counting to 3, we would see Kaiser pull the ref out of the ring before he could get to the 3 count, costing Sheamus a chance at winning the only title he has yet to get in his WWE career. So outside the ring, we would see Ludwig hit Sheamus with the shillelagh, as Kaiser brought a bunch of damage there with that shillelagh on Sheamus. But then inside the ring, it would be Braun Braun Breaker that would hit a spear out of nowhere, taking out Kaiser. And then with his eyes shut on Sheamus, we would see Braun Breaker hit another spear to take out the Celtic Warrior and pin Sheamus to retain his Intercontinental Championship. What a huge match from Braun Breaker, who finally proves his worth in the WWE and getting a title defense here at this premium live event for his Intercontinental Championship. Then next up, guys, we'd have another championship match, and this one would be for the World Heavyweight Championship. And we would see the champion, the Ring General Gunther, go one-on-one with Damian Priest. And Priest has already been in the head of Gunther for weeks now, as we see the Ring General come into this matchup with not the same confidence that he had before. And that would play a big part in this one, but that confidence would come right back to Gunther after we seen Damian injure his arm, which the Ring General would take full advantage of, focusing on that arm, trying to really hurt and injure Damian Priest. But at the very end, we would see both of these men stumble off of the top rope, where Damian Priest stumbles outside of the ring and Gunther would stumble inside of the ring. And who do we see? It's Finn Balor coming out of nowhere to hit a coup de grace onto the chest of Damian Priest and costing him the World Heavyweight Championship title shot. But as Gunther seen this happen, he would deliver a big boot on the outside of the ring, taking out Finn Balor, and then he would finish the job inside the ring as he sets the submission maneuver sleeper hold in tight on Damian Priest, submitting the #1 contender, and the Ring General retains his World Heavyweight Championship as Finn Balor cost Damian Priest the title once again, this time at Survivor Series War Games, with Damian Priest able to get the screwed over again, I should say, with Gunther, the Ring General, getting the victory in this matchup. And guys, this has been your WWE show review on Tim Reynolds Show for Survivor Series War Games. Thank you guys for hanging out here, and make sure you like and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show for more WWE show reviews after every Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Hit me up in the comments to let me know what you thought of Survivor Series War Games and what you think of Tim Reynolds Show. Thank you guys so much. Peace out.